first things first, let me introduce to you my partner in crime. This is Axel, and he will help me show you the demonstration. Now first, the things you're going to need is obviously a horse who is already in all of his stuff, his tack. And second, you will need some sort of safe footwear. Right here I am wearing my boots. You don't necessarily need special riding boots. However, you do need a shoe with a closed toe and that has treads on the bottom that aren't too big to get stuck in the stirrup. So gym shoes will work as well. They can be $35, $40, whereas actual boots, like equestrian boots, these were $500. So you don't need something like that to start out with. And also, of course, can you please not? You need a helmet for safety. And helmets will probably be provided by either your trainer, or if you're at a camp and there are trail horses, they'll be provided by the camp. And again, there are going to be cheaper helmets out there than what I have, just because I've been riding a long time. And my helmet was about $500 too. But there are others out there that, if you want to get your own, they're probably $30, $35. Otherwise, they'll be provided. Now, the first thing I'm going to do in order to mount my horse and get ready is you have to take the stirrup. So you have to take the stirrup and pull it down. Now, every stirrup length is going to be different for every person because your legs are different lengths. A good way to measure that is by taking the tips of your fingers to the buckle, which will be right under the flap right here, so the silver buckle right here. You take your fingertips, you put it to the top, and then you take the stirrup, and if it reaches from your fingertip to your armpit, that's the right fit. Now you're going to need to pull down your stirrups on both sides. Second, you're going to need to tighten the girth. The girth is what connects the saddle underneath the horse's belly and keeps it from falling off. It's important to make sure your girth is tight so that when you do mount, you don't slip to one side. A lot of horses puff out their bellies when you first put them on, so they're actually pretty loose when you get on. So you need to make sure that you tighten your girth. All you got to do is pull up on the leather, and then you can put the buckle through the hole. Then you're just going to take these ends, and you can move your foot. Here we go. You can see you can just tuck them in so they don't flap around when you ride. Now, then what you have to do is you're going to take your left foot and put it in the left stirrup. Now make sure you always mount on the left side of the horse. Then I'm going to put my left hand on the pommel of the saddle. The pommel of the saddle, please come back. Thank you. The pommel of the saddle is the front part of the saddle. Some saddles might have a big horn on the top. And he is ready to go. So, yep, some saddles might have a big horn on the top, and you might grab that, but this is an English saddle, so we don't have that. But nonetheless, it's still the pommel of the saddle. Then we have the cantle. You're going to put your right hand on the cantle of the saddle, and you're going to put your left hand with your reins. These are the reins right here. You're going to take your reins, both reins, in your left hand. You're going to put it on your pommel. You're going to take your right hand on your cantle and put your left hand, or your left foot, excuse me, in the left stirrup. Sometimes some people might need to do a couple bounces. They might count to 3, and then they'll swing up on the horse. Other people, if you have a taller horse, I actually have a pony. A pony. He's not too big. But if you do have a taller horse to get on, you might need someone to grab your right leg, the leg that's not in the stirrup, to help boost you up. Okay, so line my horse up again because he's not cooperating. Thank you, good boy. My left hand reins, pommel, right hand cantle, left foot in the left stirrup. 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna swing up and hold. Then make sure, oh boy. Okay, now make sure you put in both feet in the stirrups. That's very important. And your stirrups should rest right on the ball of your foot. The ball of your foot is just right behind your toes. So you don't need to stick your foot way to the middle. You just need to put it right behind your toes. And that's where the stirrup should rest. He's being antsy. Then, you need to make sure, you're sitting on the back of your tailbone into the seat and sit tall, your shoulders back. Put the reins in your hands. The rein goes between your pinky and your ring finger with your thumb on top. Once you feel secure and you're back with your shoulders back as well, look between the horse's ears and you should be ready to go on your trail ride.